Bitcoin is about to be flashing a death gross, and in this exact video I will talk about what this means for Bitcoin. Of course, I will talk about the imminent short term. I will talk about Bitcoin and the most important levels and resistance, and many more important charts that we need to discuss right here. So don't forget to slap up that like button back above 300 on today's update video. If we could do that, that would be absolutely amazing. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the imminent short term of Bitcoin. And once straight away diving in towards the imminent short term, yesterday I've talked about this very important downward sloping resistance line, and yet again today it has been providing significant resistance for Bitcoin again here. So this is the resistance line we should be looking at, and of course if we're going to be approaching Bitcoin, we really want to be holding the 25.6k. As soon as we do lose that level, what we in this case have not been doing, I personally think we're going to come down to 24.8k, and if we come down to 24.8k, that is exactly my buy range. But if Bitcoin can start to be breaking towards the upside and break above the downward sloping trend line right here, my targets could be all the way to the top side of the range, sitting around 27.8k. And since the range is quite big here, that would already mean a 3.3% move, what is of course quite a big of a move if you would ask me here. So that is definitely a thing that I'm looking out for. And if we can really break above this level here, I personally really think 27.8k is going to be next, and that is of course that range high in the market right here, sitting. And if we break above that level, then of course we're probably going to be retesting this range right here, the previous lows in the market, around 28.8k. But of course, I will be talking about those targets if we really break towards the upside. As well, at the same time, for the past few days and weeks, actually, Bitcoin has just been super boring, to be exact, for the past 21 days here. But if we're going to be looking at the holders cheat sheet, we can currently see that we're in the stage of stagnation. And it's pretty funny because the Bitcoin price right now is also really stagnating at this point. So maybe it's got something to do with this, but definitely very interesting to be looking at here. At the same time as well, Bitcoin is still creating that bullish divergence on the daily time frame, also on the 12 early time frame. And the question really remains, when is it going to be playing out? And once it does decide to be playing out, Bitcoin could start to see a very sharp move here, because yes, we're clearly creating a bullish divergence, and until it plays out, it's already too late here. So I am paying attention towards the market right now here, and I won't be surprised to see a bounce towards the upside. Maybe first we're going to see a little bit more of a dip here, but in the end of the day, I personally think we're going to be getting a bounce towards the upside. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if we can really come down to 24.8k, I will be a massive buyer, and I'm also going to be opening up new long positions on Bitcoin if we retest that exact level. Further on, we can currently see here, if we're looking at Bitcoin, is that we're about to be having a death cross here. What is quite a dangerous signal that currently is flashing here. The death cross basically means here that the 250 moving average are going to be crossing each other, and that would mean that the trend is going to be shifting around. Earlier this year, we had a bullish crossover, and that caused, of course, Bitcoin to go even higher. We saw also that retest of the 200 weekly. We saw also the retest of the 200-day average, and we bounced perfectly from it. And this time around, it is actually acting as resistance. And if we're even looking further on in towards the history of this, and if we're going to be even looking further in the history of this indicator of the death cross and the golden cross, back in towards January 2022, the beginning of that gigantic bear market and rally towards the downside, we had a death cross, Bitcoin moved down here. Back in October, we've got a death cross, and then here in February 2020, we've got a golden cross, but after that, the pandemic crash happened. So yes, these crosses may not say necessarily exactly what is going to be happening, but only what it is currently telling us is that the trend direction is going to shift around here. And yeah, that would also mean that we're going to be having a little bit more of a bearish bias in this market. So the question really remains here, are we going to be holding above the $25,000? Because in my opinion, this is the most important level to be looking at. We could be looking at the death cross or whatsoever, but as long as we're holding above $25,000, I don't see a reason to panic. But as soon as we do break below this level, then I would start to panic here, and then I would definitely start to be loading up for shorting positions. So yeah, I'm going to keep my eyes wide open on this level, and if we break below it, you will be the first one to know here on the channel. I know right now there's not a lot of stuff happening. For me, it's also very hard to talk about new stuff in the market and to search for new stuff in the market, but currently there's just not a lot of stuff happening. So if you want to be buying or trading or do anything with crypto, go to BYBIT in the link description, because you can actually currently claim a free deposit bonus up to $1,000. And how you can claim that free $1,000 is just by signing up an account using that link in the description, depositing $100 $100 within 7 days, and you can already claim that free $1,000. So it's super valuable. You could claim it on XRP or on Bitcoin. It's completely free, and also you only need to deposit $100. So it's a very big opportunity for everyone out there who's interested in trading. But yeah, if you're interested, go to the link description of today's video. Further on the weekly time frame, I just mentioned it already, that $25,000, as long as we're holding above it, I don't see a reason to panic here. And we can also start to see here that Bitcoin before created a head and shoulders pattern. And basically what we're currently seeing here is the breakout of the head and shoulders, and right now the retest of the head and shoulders. And I've said this as well in yesterday's video. If you're just purely looking at Bitcoin, you could be also approaching it as a double bottom, either right now that we're creating, or either as a potential W pattern with a double bottom. And if we're then going to be retesting that previous high in the market and we break above it, we're probably going to see a gigantic move for Bitcoin. And I mean, look at the current environment for crypto. There are so many things happening here. First of all, Grayscale has cornered the SEC for the approval of their Bitcoin spot ETF, and due to Saylor's actions, they have brought a pronounced shift enabling companies to include Bitcoin in their financial statements, making basically Bitcoin more widely adopted for large institutions. Also, Visa has partnered up with Solana. MetaMask partnered up with PayPal to create an option to sell your crypto, what makes it even more convenient for users. And yesterday as well, ARK Investments has filed for a spot ETF on Ethereum, and probably more are coming. And that is gigantic news here, in my opinion. And like, nothing is happening with the price. The only thing what we're seeing is more sideways price action and also more rejections. You can see it here on the weekly time frame. Bitcoin is trading below that EMA ribbon. We're getting positive news left and right, but Bitcoin is just not reacting. But you have to understand, there are some large institutions and big players in the background currently accumulating Bitcoin, because we do know the Bitcoin historical interest on Google is at a 5-year low, but at the same time BlackRock is aping into Bitcoin. So what does it mean? The smart money is currently stepping in towards the market. So should you. Of course, this is no financial advice, but this is personally what I am doing. I am following the smart money, and since they're currently aping in towards the market, I am doing the exact same, because that is how I'm going to be winning. You can see also in the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, massive downtrend, currently retesting it. I personally think also it makes it up to be a very good buying opportunity, and to be exact, within 220 days, the next Bitcoin halving will be there, and that would also cause a more scarcity shock in the price action of Bitcoin. And also, if you just see on which part of the cycle we're currently in here, we're not in the part of the cycle where we're going to be crashing 50 to 80% here. No, we've already had that. This is the time and the part of the cycle where we're going to accumulate and where we're going to be rebuilding the next bull run and the foundation for the next bull run. So get ready for that here. I am not losing my attention right now here. These large institutions are ready to jump in on the Bitcoin market, and that is going to cause massive inflows of money. The spot ETF for Bitcoin is going to cause massive inflows of money. So pay attention towards the market right now here. But that was it for me on today's update video. Thank you so much for watching towards amazing new update video, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.